I'm Kelsey Roberts, and I'm making this video because I believe that America will be in better financial shape when more American households are in better financial shape. I believe a lot of people who aren't in good financial shape just don't know how to thrive financially, and I believe they deserve it. I believe this information should be free and easily accessible. So we talked a little bit about TSP and how to use the TSP, how to get in, set up an account, how to manage the funds that are in the TSP, how to set yourself up in a better position in retirement. But let's talk about how the TSP can benefit you right now, immediately. So I talked about the triple whammy. Okay, the first whammy, I know it sounds silly, but it's just the best way that I can put it right now. The first whammy is using the TSP to reduce your AGI and actually pay less in taxes for the year. And I'm going to go back to this example that we looked at when I showed you how all of the adjustments, exemptions, deductions apply to your income. So I'm going to use this same thing, and I move some things around a little bit to get ready for what we're going to do. So just a basic refresher: the income that's tax is applied to is what you make in your base pay. BAH and BAS are not a part of that. All right. BAH and BAS are not taxed. Your base pay is. So you can calculate how much you're going to make in base pay for the year, and this is just an example for an E3, E4 at 2 and 3 years, 24,021. This is Snuffy. So Snuffy's gross income is 24,021. His adjustments are his exemptions and his deductions added together. He took the standard deduction, which is higher than his itemized deduction of $6,200. He has exemptions for himself and a child. We're going to assume he's single, but he has a child, and that was just for an example. And so his adjustments were 10,150. We subtract that from his gross income to get adjusted gross income, and this is the number that the taxes are applied to. And the marginal tax rates, so do the same schedule that I found on Forbes.com. Pretty much once the tax code is in place, anywhere you find it, it's going to say the same thing. So 10% on the first 9,075, and then 15% on everything over 9,075, up to 36.9. He didn't make 36.9 in taxable AGI, so we just went that far. So he's going to pay $907.50 on the first 9,075, and then the rest he's going to owe $126.90. So his gross tax before credits is going to be $1,034.40, and then he has a child. Remember the child, so he gets the child tax credit. It's going to subtract $1,000. So his tax liability for the year is going to be $34.40, which comes down to like $3 a month. So I'm going to show you how the TSP figures into that. Traditional TSP, Roth TSP does not do this. All right, Roth TSP comes out of your paycheck after all of this has already happened. Okay, so this is just traditional TSP. So traditional TSP is going to actually be an adjustment. All right, it's going to be an adjustment to your gross income. So let's say in the example that we used before, let's say Snuffy wants to contribute $1,500 a year to his TSP. Well, he'd figure up what percentage. I hate it when that happens. He'd figure up what percentage of 24,021 1,500 is. 1,500 is 6.2%. So let's say you want to overestimate and say 7%. He's going to contribute 7%. So equals that times 7%. All right. How much he's going to contribute equals his gross income times 7%. He's going to contribute $1,681, and if we went with 6%, it would have been about $1,420, $1,430, $1,450. But he's going to overestimate. Okay, so he's contributing $1,681 to his traditional TSP. Well, we're going to put that number here: $1,681.48. All right. So now this gets added to the adjustments. So I'm going to say We got to redo this. So all of his adjustments, and this is going to be ugly, but all of his adjustments are his exemptions plus his deductions plus his tax-deferred traditional TSP contributions, and now his adjustments equal $15,781. You know, it just increased it. So we reduced his gross income by $24,021. His adjusted gross income is now $8,239, and I think you can kind of already see what that did. We're going to go over here back to the marginal tax brackets. Anything up to $9,075, you pay 10%. Above $9,075, you pay 15%. But now his taxable income is not above $9,075, so he's only 10% of this. So this 15% of the excess over $9,075 is gone immediately, and then this equals his AGI times 10%. So $823.97, right? But then he gets $1,000 tax credit on top of that, the child tax credit. Child tax credit is a returnable credit. All right, there's two kinds of credits. Basically, there's returnable and non-returnable. We're going to talk about a non-returnable credit here in a minute, because he's looking at getting $176.03 back, but he's going to get more than that, and I'll show you why. We're just looking at child tax credit. I'm just going to go ahead and bump this down here. And okay, that is how the TSP affects your gross income, your AGI, and this is the first whammy. Okay, the first whammy that we just went from, you know, he's contributing a little over $100 a month, and now he's getting a little bit of that back, and his taxes the next year. So stay with me. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the second whammy, the double whammy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.